Hey Virgo, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of April 2025. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I'd love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm using my Morgan Greer Tarot deck, I'll clarify, with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And then we'll close out your reading, Virgo, with a Threads of Fate Oracle card. All right, let's get right into it because the cards are flip-flopping. And what do we need to think about for the month of April, Virgo? Well, here's the thing. You finally let go of something. And here's what I'm getting with this card. This card is jumping out at me. You let go of something, Virgo, that not only saves you money, it saves you time, energy, effort. All right. You walk away from something because you know you have something better on the horizon. All right, so Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is unexpected news as it relates to money. This happens in the beginning of April. We also got that Queen of Cups, which means that you're emotional, but your emotions don't get the best of you, which is good because it means that you don't get thrown off track financially as it relates to money. Then we've got that King of Cups, which is another emotional card. Here's the thing. I get the sense that you're feeling some type of way in the beginning of the month, Virgo. Divine Union, feeling a little bit melancholy about work. All right, so here's the thing. Like I said, your hard work is paying off. It really is as it relates to your financial situation. But emotionally, you may feel a little off balance because of things that could be going on in your personal life. Maybe something's happening with relationships, something like that. And that can totally be distracting. I've been saying in the other readings that a lot of us, we've been getting indicators that our emotions are going to be on high alert for the month of April. And like I said, that could cause us to be distracted from our financial goals. And it looks like that's going to be hitting you this first week of April, Virgo. All right, but it doesn't have to mean that you're not going to get what you want as it relates to money because your hard work is still, paying off. All right. So it's one of those things where you need to learn how to navigate it to the best of your ability because it's something we all deal with. Emotions fluctuating, sometimes disrupting, whatever. But it doesn't have to impact your money. I guess that's the bottom line. All right, Virgo. All right, Virgo. Look at this. That Seven of Swords is jumping out at me. That means that somebody gets somebody is doing something dishonest, or somebody lied, or somebody gets called out for something, or you call somebody out for something, Virgo, which actually empowers you in more ways than one. Now, the thing is it doesn't mean that things are going to be smooth sailing as it relates to your money, because sometimes you need to call something out in order to correct it. And that's what I'm getting here. Is somebody being dishonest, or is somebody overcharging you, or somebody manipulating the numbers in some way? That's kind of what I'm getting here. All right. Also, because we have that High Priestess in the reverse, which means that you can't quite put your finger on something, Virgo, but something is off. All right. You need to trust that, especially as it relates to your money, especially in that second week of April. All right. Don't let somebody bamboozle you, or whatever that saying is, pull the wool over your eyes. All right, because you've done the work, you've demonstrated that you know how to make money, Virgo. That's not the issue. The issue is maybe some of the people around you think that they can get one over, but that's not the case. Virgos are very sharp. We're very observant. We can see the reality for what it is. All right. So we also have this Nine of Wands, which means You are not feeling discouraged or frustrated. As a matter of fact, you're feeling very empowered. You're feeling very much in control. And that's a beautiful place to be, especially when we're talking about money. All right, Virgo. So like I said, be very, very observant in this second week of April, because I do believe that somebody may try to pull one over. However, like I said, us Virgos are very observant, and we will call something out that needs to be called out, especially when you are talking about our money, okay, or when it concerns our money. All right, Virgo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2025. Yep, that's crazy. That's crazy. Same card. Upright reverse, which means whatever this situation is, we deal with it. We deal with it, Virgo. Oh, and look, temperance, reverse, upright. All right, Virgo, like I said, nobody can pull one over on us. We call out what needs to be called out, especially when you're talking about our money. Then you got good news here as it relates to work, an invitation or an offer coming through. Looks like this situation gets rectified. Somebody doesn't get away with something, which is fantastic. The wish card here means whatever we want is coming towards us. Temperance, everything is in harmony and balance. Okay, so once we hit the second half of April, Virgo, your money game is on point. Money game is on point. That's all I have to say. Your hard work is paying off. All right, 5 of Swords in the reverse. This means communication is flowing beautifully. All right. Whatever needs to be said gets said. Whatever needs to be dealt with gets dealt with. All right, so Virgo, here's the thing. You're doing all the right things. The money's flowing. You're setting yourself up for success. You're eliminating these pesky people who could be trying to disrupt what you're trying to do. And you're winning. You're winning. All right? In all the ways that matter, Virgo, you are winning. Now, this doesn't mean, you're going to become a bazillionaire within the next few days. But if that's your goal, you're definitely on your way. You're setting yourself up for that. You're winning, Virgo. You're winning as it relates to money, especially in the second half of April. All right. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we need to know. All right. All right, 8 of Cups. Remember, we saw this at the beginning of the month. 8 of Cups. Remember, we saw him here. Virgo, you are walking away. You're letting go. You're disconnecting from something. I actually think this is good. And the reason why I say that is because I know us Virgos, we're very practical, but we also... it's like we know what needs to be done, and sometimes it's just a matter of us doing what needs to be done. And I feel like that's what's going on here. All right, so whatever started here at the beginning of the month, you finally make a solidified decision at the end of the month, and I do believe that you're going to walk away from something that's costing you in some way. Now, of course, this reading is about money, but sometimes we walk away from things that cost us in other ways, either energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all right? Because once we get all of that stuff dealt with, it just frees up our energy even more to make even more money, to play a bigger game, to operate at the next highest level. And that's what you're doing, Virgo. Okay? This is the end of a relationship. I feel like this is a friendship here for you, Virgo. And again, sometimes we have to disconnect from people in order to focus on the things that really matter. It doesn't mean you don't still care or you're not friends. But I do believe that sometimes you have to let people go temporarily just so you can get yourself situated financially. And that's what I'm picking up here. Looks like somebody comes back from your past, Virgo. Again, this is going to help you make more money. That's great. King of Swords, cutting off what needs to be cut off. And then 6 of Wands means that you're attracting a lot of attention. And this is something that you are going to be able to profit from, Virgo. All right, so that's very exciting. You guys know I always talk about attention is currency. And this card is telling me that you can use some attention or, whatever is coming towards you as it relates to being seen. You can use that to your advantage to make more money, become more profitable, or really to just kind of position yourself as somebody who is at the top of their game. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting, Virgo. All right. So, like I said, your hard work is paying off. You're going to see that unfold throughout the month of April. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Threads of Fate Oracle card. Oh, this is interesting. I've never gotten this card. It says, ask body. And I'm getting that this means to tap in and tune in to how you're feeling. What are the physical maybe reactions or senses you get when you tap in and tune in to how you're feeling? All right. And your body doesn't lie. Now, I also get too that this could be paying attention to your physical body in some way, shape, or form, right? Maybe focusing on your health, maybe, kicking your wellness game up a notch, all right? Because that'll help you make more money too. All right, Virgo, hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much. We'll do it again next month.